on their camera. Yeah, would love to see some faces because we're talking about self-love. So I think it's only when we switch on our cameras and see ourselves is the first step we start with. All right. So okay, till the time you switch on your cameras, you can put it in your chat box. Let's have a round of interaction because I don't know you guys. The first time I'm seeing, hearing names. So I just want to understand what is your idea of self-love, and then we can pick it up from there. Anybody wants to like write in the chat box? Like I'm very multitasking. I can like figure out chat and voice. If you want to unmute and speak, you can speak that also. So just want to understand what is your idea of self-love, and from there we can pick this thing up. Anybody? Nobody? Okay. Okay. Loving what you do, taking a chance. Oh yeah, absolutely. Why not? That is so true. Anybody else? Being proud of yourself. Yes, that's also a part of self-love. Self-respecting also self-love. Okay. So we have this misconception that self-love is selfish because sometimes it feels like you're just thinking about yourself and not thinking about others. And that thing comes up like very prominently on our faces. Like, okay, fine. Is this person just thinking about themselves? But honestly, the person is just honoring what they feel what they feel like to just exist, because most times we do not understand that do we even exist in this plane properly or not, because we live in so much ignorance that we'll wake up maybe 30 minutes before we have to go outside and start our day, or maybe you will sleep at the end moment of your day when everything is done and your exhaustion level is like par the level, and then you're sleeping. And then we're saying, okay, fine, why am I not feeling like myself? Why am I not, feeling like I'm doing this thing for myself? And this thing came up in my life like very early, like when I was in ninth standard. I was exhausted so much by the school work and eventually in the college work that I forgot that I love watching morning sunrise. I love watching the sunset, and I used to miss them because I was so busy doing other things that I never thought that, okay, fine, am I waking up in the morning because I have to wake up, or am I waking up in the morning because I have to go to college? So I think that thing started to me question, like I started questioning that whatever I'm doing, my degree, my studies, everything, the way I dress up in the morning, what is the first thought I have before doing all of these things? Because if the thought I have is that, oh, I need to be proper, trim and proper because I have an interview, or I have to be trim and proper because I have to go somewhere, or I have to be like presentable because I have to meet somebody, then maybe we're just doing it for other people. But if I want to get up, I want to put a bindi on my face, I want to wash my hair, dry them for myself, not for others, not because I'm going out, because I love to be this way, then that is also that is the first step of understanding what self-love is. So it is not for others, it is not selfish. It is okay if you like makeup, that's also self-love because we are truly accepting our body. That's a very, very, very big aspect of self-love. So it's okay if it starts externally, it's fine, it's completely fine. But then we have to understand that it always goes inside, right? It can't be always outside, how I present myself outside. Now, the second thing that I question is that am I being true to myself? Am I being true to who I am actually? Am I being, am I honoring my own boundaries? Am I honoring my own space? When we don't honor our space means that if I have to do something, I'm going to leave that and I'm going to start doing it for other people. But I won't do the same thing for myself. For example, I was a very good listener, and that's why I entered the field of psychology. I'm like, oh no, what I love to hear stories. I want to be there for the other people. But the moment I started seeing clients and I started doing pro bono, I realized that a lot of what they are saying is also what I am feeling inside. So the first thing of the journey inside of self love is honoring the space you have for yourself. If you're not able to honor that space, then that's also not self love. So it's also external beauty, it's also external appearance, it's also choosing yourself, but it's also honoring your space. And when you actually do that, that marks the growth psychologically, spiritually, in every form, in every form. Because then when you meet people in your life, they will always become a mirror for you. Whatever you feel attracted about other people is actually something you might lack within yourself. And that is completely fine. Let people be your mirror. Let people be the one who teach you that, you know what, this is what I want to reflect in myself now, or this is what I want to add in myself now. So then the love that you feel for others becomes the love that you feel for yourself. And that is when you start balancing yourself with others and yourself with you. Then self-love becomes a quality that you hold. It also becomes a feeling of oneness, because the other person that is standing in front of you is no longer a competition. They're no longer somebody that you don't like. They're no longer a person, that you admire, but they have become a person that you learn from. So, and it that sort of creates a feeling of oneness. So everybody is a reflection of ourselves, something that we don't have. And I used all of my friends like that only. All of my Delhi friends, they are like, you know what? Every time you want to learn something, you call us up. I'm like, yeah, that's what friends are for. And that's how I'm honoring my self-love. That's how now I'm honoring myself. And like how you guys said in the chat box, that it starts with acceptance. It starts with acceptance and non-judgment. When we enter meditation, we have so many thoughts about ourselves. We have so many things. Oh my God, I did that. Oh my God, I did that. Oh, this was not right. I shouldn't have spoken like that. Which is a good thing, because the awareness is helping us understand what we have done. But we need to accept that yes, we have done it, but not go into the cycle of guilt that, oh my God, I did that. No, it's okay. We did that. I accept that. And I also accept everything that comes with it. I accept all of my flaws. I accept all of my strengths. And then I make a choice. Okay, fine. These are my flaws. Okay, correct. No problem. So I'm going to choose to use my free will to change whatever I feel like doing. So it starts with awareness, it goes up to acceptance, then it come back to choices. What choices am I making for myself in my entire day, and every day? And then it comes down to the fact that because you're making constant choices for yourself, to honor your space, to honor the love you have for yourself, a lot of it is going to change. A lot of your life is going to change. So that change itself, that experiencing that change itself is I feel is like the culmination of self-love. And that stage never ends. When you reach that state where you experience the change and you experience everything that is changing about you, and you don't feel like stuck in a moment, and you feel like, okay, fine, I'm moving forward in life, that stage, when it remains for a very, very, very long period of time, you are in absolute bliss for some reason. You're like, you know what? I am like, I love Karan Johar movies, and there's this character in Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum, and this character is epitome of self-love. I am my person. That's all. And trust me, the first step to do that is meditation. The first step, because unless and until you sit in the meditation, and you sit with yourself, and honestly, you need a lot of energy to go through the steps of awareness, acceptance, choices, and change. You need a lot of energy. And that energy is something that you can get through meditation. And when you get that with awareness, wherever you want to focus your awareness, you want to focus your awareness on understanding yourself. There, you're investing your energy, and that's self love. You want to invest in understanding others and understanding what you learn from others. You spend your energy there, and you learn a lot about yourself. That is also self love. And in the end, you spend a lot of time with yourself. And for that also you need a lot of energy. For every choice that you're making for yourself, you need a lot of energy. So everything starts with meditation, because it gives you the power to hold the energy currency, to invest the energy currency, to maximize the energy currency. And when you start doing that, it starts with me time, then it goes to knowing yourself, then it goes to awareness, then it goes to acceptance, then it goes to making some choices that you want to make for yourself. And then it starts feeling like self love. And then you start feeling like, okay, fine, I think this is me. I think this is what I want. So, when I got this topic of self love, I'm like, okay, do I need to make a PPT? I texted Prithvish. I'm like, do I need to make a PPT or something like that? And like, no, I think you just come and speak. And the moment I did that, I felt so connected with the topic. So for me, honestly, self love was when I started speaking my experiences. And that is something Patri sir did very, very, very nicely with me. Everywhere he used to go and he used to spot me, he was like, come, 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 experience. And that started with there because I used to not speak because I used to think people used to judge me. So when we share our experience in this group of youngsters, that is also a very, very, very big part of, or another step towards self-love. So whenever you get a chance, speak. And that's where I will rest about the topic of self-love. And with that, I would want everybody of you to switch on their cameras because that is another part of showing yourself. Just show as you are. That's completely fine. Okay? Any questions you guys have? I know it was very short, but yeah, any questions you guys have?
It was
I will.
wonderful, actually, Upasana. It's really, I just love the way you explained about, the acceptance, pure acceptance of ourselves and, loving ourselves, not selfishness, especially that you emphasized on that part, right? That is really wonderful. It's definitely not selfish, but just caring for ourselves. Yeah, that's wonderful. Anyone has any questions? So,
I have a question, ma'am.
uh-huh.
Okay, so how do you, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would love to see you.
You would hear me? Okay. Let me try. Where is my camera?
Yes. See, that's the step.
Okay, it's
Okay.
turning. Okay.
Yes, there you go.
Right. Now you see me, right? Okay.
Yeah, I do.
You said like when you see the other people and you feel happy and that's what you want to be, right? Is it
That
not like getting influenced by them?
no, it is sharing the emotion that I might not be feeling at that point of time. If I speak a little scientifically here, we have mirror neurons in our head, in our brain, sorry, not head, but in our brain. And when I am not able to feel happy and I really want to come out of that experience, and I want to feel happy, it's not that I'm rejecting sadness, but I want an anchor for myself to feel happy. I love to sit with my mom and with my sister because they might be at a better space than me. And I do take that permission that, you know what, I want to, I'm feeling a little low and I want to feel what you're feeling right now. And I want to sit with you guys for some time. So that's where I get the idea of self-love is because it's also if I'm not able to allowing others to hold that space for me to feel that way. It's also important for letting others hold that space. Don't you think? Still
Yeah, I
thinking? And that way, my brain also understands that you can be sad, but you can be happy also. So I also get a very nice wiring in my head, in my brain. My mirror neurons are activated at that time. So I'm mirroring their emotions. And that is making me feel happy. And then I can take it forward.
thank you.
Anyone else?
Anybody else?
Yes, ma'am. This is Amrita. So yeah, hi. So I'm so glad that after a long time I heard a heart-touching concept of self-love. Really, we had like a lot of experiences and experiments on that. But just I want to know, do you have any specific techniques or practices to build up self-love? Is there anything that something I can do daily to remember like during meditation we used to observe breath, right, to get rid of all the thoughts like that. Do not, I want to not deviate from my self love, I want to stick to myself. So how was there any practice to do that?
Intention based practice, it is being curious. It is being curious about yourself. Ask yourself a question every day, to be very honest. If you want like a habit is something that makes you feel yourself. And it can differ for every person, right? I started doing all of those things that I used to avoid doing. Because if I'm avoiding something that if I'm avoiding, then I'm also rejecting a part of myself. So it was very important for me to address all of that rejected parts of myself and start to address them and do all of that. For example, I was not able to speak because people used to judge me. So I started calling up my friends and I started speaking up. I started talking to my mom. Me and mom didn't have a very nice conversation for 4, 5 years of my life. But then I was like, why am I rejecting this relationship? I have a beautiful relationship with my mom. So it was first of all, it was being curious about myself. That is something meditation gave me. Second, I started understanding what I avoid. And even though it made me uncomfortable at the first, in the starting, eventually I was at peace. So that is something I did. And externally, yes, I started caring of myself. I started eating well because it's very important. Guys, I'm just telling you, please have water every day. You will be very happy. I am not kidding. If you're hydrated, you're happy. So please have water. So yeah, I did that on a diet basis. But the most important thing for me was staying curious with myself. I don't have to give up on myself. Can't do that. So staying curious.
Thank you. We'll do that.
Okay. Lovely.
That's wonderful insight. Upasana, so shall we start the meditation session for 10 minutes?
Yes, we can.
We'll
Yeah,
resume
I
that.
will be leaving you guys halfway because I have to leave for work. But yeah, we can start with meditation. Yes. Do you mind turning like playing the music?
Yes, I'll
Because
be.
I might leave, so I'll yeah.
Okay, yes. So, Chaitanya and Sophia, do you have any questions? Master will be leaving in some time.
Yeah, guys. It's India. I need to catch a metro.
Okay. Let me share
No
this.
questions. Okay, no problem.
It's a good sign.
Yes.
Everyone, masters, please find a calm, dark space. Cross your legs. Clasp your hands. Slowly close your eyes. Deep nostrils. Just observe your breath. Do not open your eyes. 1 more minute, masters. Take a deep breath. Come back to the awareness. Slowly open your eyes. Slowly open your eyes, masters. So, Pi Markets, do you want to share anything? We have been having wonderful sessions, so would like to hear from you. Sophia, Chetana, Sanjana, Gayatri is also there. Just, yeah, share your experiences and how you're feeling about it.
I feel very good while meditating, and then afterwards I feel like I have a lot more like calm energy and my thoughts are more relaxed.
Wonderful. So, anyone else?
I feel a lot better. I'm going to college away from home, so I always find an excuse to not do meditation. So having this like in my calendar chunked out makes me do it. I'm very grateful to do it. Like Sophia said, I feel a lot better after doing it. So I'm grateful to have this as a piece of time that I can just put towards myself.
That's very nice to hear. That's so like it's perfect me time for you guys. Like if you could spare 15 minutes every day, that would be really great. Just try for it. And anyone else? So youth, anyone can be youth. I mean, even if you're 50 plus, you're a youth here. So please speak up. Okay. Yeah. So today, yeah, today's session is over for Paima.